Okay, so here are the notes for solving inequalities. So an inequality is a mathematical statement that uses these symbols. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and sometimes you'll see not equal to. So any number that makes an inequality true is called a solution. Now with inequalities, we have a lot of answers that work, not just one. Because if I say, name a number that is bigger than 3, well, you could go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You could do that forever. So what we want to do when we get here is just draw a picture of all of our answers. So what's important is to make sure that our variable is the first thing you have. If the variable is our first thing, we are good to go. We can graph it. To graph this, we draw a circle. And this says y is less than 3. Well, if the variable's in front, then all of our numbers go here. Less than, smaller than. All of those numbers are smaller. But you might notice something cool, that these arrows are the same. So if you make sure that your variable, in this problem, it's y, is always the first thing, you can just use that arrow trick. So let's look at another one. Cool. Our variable is our first thing. So we're good to go. We're going to circle -2. But since it has this line underneath, which means or equal to, we draw a little circle. And this says x is bigger. Well, all of my numbers get bigger that way. Let's keep going. Uh-oh. On this one, our variable is not first. So I want to make the variable first and the number second. But be careful. If you move the letter or variable, you got to move your inequality. So we've got to change this one and move it to this way. And that's because we moved our letter. But now it's okay, because now our variable's first. The number we're looking at is 2, and this says y is bigger than 2. Well, all the numbers get bigger that way. And notice, these arrows are the same. Another one where the variable's not first, so I've got to move my letter, which means I've got to move my inequality. But now we're where we need to be. The number here is -4. This says w is bigger. Notice I colored this in because of the line underneath. I make the arrow go the same way as my inequality. And I'm done. Now, sometimes we might be asked to write the inequality from our picture. Well, I always use x for my variable. If our variable's first, then the arrow and the inequality end up being the same. Arrow inequality. My important number is 4, and it's colored in, which means I put a line underneath. That's not too bad. Let's look at our last one. Again, I like to use the letter x. You can use whatever you want, but I use x. arrow and inequality are going to be the same. My important number is -2 because it's circled. No line underneath, so I'm done. And that's how you graph inequalities. Hopefully this video helps, and you're an expert now on graphing inequalities.